I do love kayak fishing, and although I haven't been able to get out on the water very much lately, having shared those experiences with you in the past has enabled me to do some really cool stuff, like quit a job that I hate and get great sponsors like Pelican, and go to trade shows and meet really cool, interesting people. One person in particular, named Mike, is now helping me build this place, a business where I can rent kayaks to people and share those types of experiences in real life, not just on YouTube. So, like I said, I get to do some really cool stuff other than kayak fishing. In this video series, I'm going to share with you guys what it was like for Mike and me to bring his boat Good Times back here to Tampa. I think it's pretty cool. Check it out. I'm calling this the Okeechobee trip because Lake Okeechobee is in the middle of the state. Mike and I are bringing his boat right across the state, not down around the bottom. Here I am arriving at his farm in the middle of the state over in Polk County. You might recognize the place. This is where we hunkered down for Hurricane Irma. I took all my stuff out of my truck, put it in his, and we continued the rest of the way across the state to where his boat was. His boat had been here for a year now. Him and I brought his boat here back in 2016. And there she is, Good Times. He hasn't been taking it out very much, so the first thing we did is pop the hatches open. We knew that there was a raw water pump that needed to be replaced. We had the part with us, and it was easily accessible, so it should be an easy fix. You don't look anything like the pirate in that flag right there. No? He's laying down, he's got his hands behind his head, he's got a drink to his side. Well, what do you got, tools, greasy motors? We're supposed to be pleasure boating. Alright, new water pumps in, time to crank them up. Good captain's going down to clean the rudders.
That's better than the captain's going down with the ship. I'd rather just be cleaning rudders.
Here, here. You be careful down there.
Yeah.
If you're not back in 20 minutes, I'll wait longer. Mike was just going under the boat to make sure that the rudders could move freely and that there wasn't too many barnacles built up on them. And then it was time to take it out for the shakedown cruise. A shakedown cruise is when you take the boat out just for a short ride to make sure everything is working and to anticipate what might break down so that you don't get stuck out there on a long journey, far from any place where you can get repairs. We felt a little slop in the steering, but the motors were running strong. Temperature was good, oil pressure was good. Now we were just looking for some clean water. You can see the difference here between the river water and the beautiful water outside Fort Pierce. Him and his son were going to go underneath and give the bottom a fair cleaning.
Anywhere you want to drop.
Where's the windlass button? One thing we noticed was that there were a couple places on the anchor rope that needed attention, and the sky was demanding attention too.
Well, the sun's going away, but we're sort of on the edge of it, don't you think?
It's not coming, it's not barreling towards us.
Right.
There's still a little bit of a sea breeze, but I wouldn't wait for it.
Is it? Yeah, we're going to get him.
I must say, I was a little bit concerned, what with the looming weather and the strong currents. I knew they were going to have a hard time down there.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
You get the bottom clean yet?
Not yet. Working on it. Working on it, boss. Working on it.
Come on, storm's coming. You like making things interesting, don't you, Mike?
Oh, it's going to miss us now.
We got a clear spot right there.
Yep. I think there is one spot where it's not raining over there.
Yep, we're going to get sunshine.
Oh, gosh. Rudders are good. What's the bottom look like?
Yeah, rudders are pretty good.
Bottom shouldn't be too bad, right?
It's probably not terrible. From the places I touched, it wasn't terrible.
Good.
So tomorrow we'll have some downtime and
We'll have her looking spotless by the time we get back to my place.
got it.
You, sir, are crazy. That boy's crazy right there. He's crazy. I like him, but he's crazy. That's the son there. He's crazy too. Crunk. Look it up. C-R-U-N-K. Means we are on the way. You know, Mike, it's been a while since I've done any manual labor.
I know, right? That's your workout. See, you gotta use that bucket. You know, get soft.
Man. I'm used to working a computer all day.
Getting soft.
Yes. My business partner slash physical therapist up there. He's gonna whip me into shape one way or another. Well, with the shakedown cruise pretty much done, we realized we needed a few little things. Nothing really major though. The motors were working good, the raw water pump is doing its thing. Here we are, and Mike's pulling the boat back into his Spot G1 for the last time. There was nothing really left to do but have some lunch. This restaurant here at Harbor Town is pretty cool.
Got that done. Now we're just gonna go get some new anchor line. Stop at Publix, get us some food for the trip. We're set.
Let's not forget hydration. We need some of that.
Absolutely, got it.
Harbor Town, I like this place.
In fact, we had a video of us three before here. When we came in.
We checked out the town here at Fort Pierce on our way to the parts store. Where's the windlasses at?
Huh, supposed to be here somewhere.
We decided that the only thing we were really going to buy here was the anchor rope. Just in case, because that was the worst thing that we had found on the boat. We drove around, we checked out Fort Pierce. It really is a beautiful little town. And then it was on to the store to do some provisioning. Kind of like sailors of old, you know, throughout time. We went here and we made sure we had enough to eat. What's this? Well, not a suspicious guy, obviously. Things are a little bit more modern nowadays, thank goodness. So we had plenty of canned goods and fresh stuff. Vitamin C so we didn't get scurvy. Actually, we were only planning on being gone for about 4 or 5 days. You notice there was water in there. I do joke about the hydration thing. These were pretty much the last chores that we had to do. And with that, Mike's son was going to take their truck back to Polk County and leave us behind to take the boat away. Alright, dude.
See you, man.
Take a good drive home, man.
Yep. Y'all have a good trip. Stay safe.
Thank you, sir. I got a good captain on board, so
Yes, sir.
I feel
You're in good
confident.
hands.
Yep.
For sure.
Alright, brother. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Being Florida or in summertime, it sure was nice to go inside and enjoy a little air conditioning. While I was at it, I started a little editing. I didn't get a lot done though, because I will say I was pretty exhausted. My mind wasn't really on editing. It was on the next day, when we were going to set out, just going down the East Coast, heading towards Stewart, where we would then turn in to go across the state, towards Okeechobee, and adventure. As the sun went down, Mike and I both were pretty tired, but full of anticipation of what was going to come. We got to bed early, and the next day, the real trip began.